Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Ransom here to talk about movies, and today we are reviewing the brand new Mission Impossible movie, of course starring Tom Cruise. It wouldn't be a Mission Impossible movie without Tom Cruise. I'm sure the day will come where he's no longer part of this franchise, but that's going to be a really, really sad day. Until then, we still have him doing crazy stunts alongside Jeremy Renner. We've got Ving Rhames back in there. I always have a hard time with his name. Ving Rhames back in this movie. Simon Pegg has a larger role in this one. Alec Baldwin is in this movie as well. He's got some fantastic lines. And then there's this new girl. Her name is Rebecca Ferguson, and she is phenomenal. She kind of plays like the equal to Ethan Hunt's character. I'm not going to tell you whether or not they're fighting with each other or against each other, but just know when they are on the screen together, you can kind of get the sense that this girl is just as good, if not better sometimes, than Ethan Hunt, and it makes it really, really exciting. In fact, this entire film is very exciting. The new director, his name is Chris McQuarrie. He actually kind of takes a little bit of everything that you love from the previous movies and kind of just jumbles them in together. You see, you know, a scene that reminds you of Brian De Palma's film. You see some crazy stuff that reminds you of the John Woo film that a lot of people try to forget. But then, of course, there's stuff that reminds you of J.J. Abrams' film, and then Brad Bird's film, which a lot of people consider the best in the franchise. This is right up there. The scenes are absolutely bonkers. You guys have already seen the airplane stunt in the trailer, and to think that Tom Cruise is doing this at this age. I read something the other day, crazy, that he is the same age now doing these crazy stunts in this new Mission Impossible movie as Wilford Brimley was in the movie Cocoon. I'm gonna have to double check that to see if that's actually fact checks out, but if that's true, holy crap, guys, it is absolutely bonkers. But here's what the movie's all about. The IMF has been disbanded pretty much because of all the stuff that happened in the previous movie, Ghost Protocol. The CIA kind of wants to absorb the IMF, but Ethan Hunt, he found out about the syndicate at the end of the last movie, so he's trying to track these people down. It is a rogue group of ex-agents across the world, and they want to establish a new world order. You've heard that word said quite a few times, but when you find out exactly what makes this group a little bit different than the other groups that Ethan Hunt has had to fight against in previous movies, it kind of gives you an element that you've never seen him go up against, and it's pretty intense. Now, that being said, when you see Ethan Hunt going up against other agents who are pretty much his equal, it gets really, really crazy. But when he gets to the head honcho, I gotta admit, the main villain in this movie, kind of boring, kind of basic. I couldn't help but compare him to Philip Seymour Hoffman's villain in the third movie, which is just absolutely the best villain that this franchise has put out so far. And I think that is kind of the staple that everybody is going to be comparing until we get somebody who just knocks it out the park. And the guy who plays the villain in this movie just is not that guy. All right, so let's talk about performances. Tom Cruise, of course, he has been playing this role for so long now, almost 20 years. It's ridiculous. He is Ethan Hunt. He was born to play this character, and the way that you see him play this character in this movie is very different than what we have seen ever before in this franchise. He's a guy who's gone through a lot of stuff, guys, so you start to see that wearing on his mind, and it gets to the point where you as the viewer start to think, is he in the right mindset? Can he do this? Psychologically, is he the right person for the job? And then, of course, we have other great performances from Simon Pegg. He has a larger role in this movie than he has had in the previous two movies. Ving Rhames and Jeremy Renner, kind of disappointing. They don't use these characters as much as I thought that they were going to, especially considering that in the last movie, Ghost Protocol, you kind of got the sense that Jeremy Renner's character was going to be taking over the reins over the franchise once Tom Cruise decided that he was going to hang up his boots. That's not really the case anymore. Like, throughout this movie, you're just like, all right, well, this Tom Cruise guy, he can really do this for a very long time. You almost feel like he could do this for another 20 years. Like, he's that intense. His stunts are just out of this world, and he's just really, really good. But let's talk about the breakout star, in my opinion. Her name is Rebecca Ferguson, and I am not really familiar with any of her other work. I'm sure I've seen her in other things, but she was just so freaking good. And I think that this is going to be a movie that could potentially make her a household name. She was so believable as this agent character that was basically Tom Cruise's equal. She's fantastic, guys. She is absolutely fantastic. And her scenes, especially the ones that she shares with Tom Cruise, are the best in the movie. And thankfully, that takes up a really huge chunk of the movie. She's great, guys. So if you guys read my review, that's back before I was doing videos, if you read my review for Ghost Protocol, you know that I loved it. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic movie. This movie is almost there. Like it's almost there. It's a little bit long, but it's still so much fun, and I think it's just going to make so many people happy. It's one of my favorite movies of the summer, guys. Right behind Mad Max. I really like this movie. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation. Go out, go see it. I have to give it a 9 out of 10. Love it.